You and your spouse love each other. You trust each other. You're building a life together. But there's one topic that's silently destroying more relationships than infidelity, more than in-laws, more than parenting disagreements. It's the wealth gap, the difference in income between partners. When one person earns significantly more than the other, a subtle, invisible power dynamic takes root. The higher earner feels pressure, resentment, and sometimes control. The lower earner feels shame, dependency, and sometimes resentment. You avoid talking about it because every conversation turns into a fight about money, about fairness, about who works harder, and the silence is eating your marriage alive. But it doesn't have to be this way. There is a way to fix the wealth gap without divorce, without resentment, and without either partner feeling like a victim. And if you stay until the end of this video, you'll learn exactly how to do it. If you stay until the end of this video, you'll learn the 3 hidden ways that unequal incomes destroy relationships, the specific scripts to have the difficult conversation without fighting, and the step-by-step system to create financial equality in your marriage, even if your incomes are wildly different. You'll also learn the one question that instantly diffuses any money argument and the surprising research on what actually makes couples happy with their financial arrangement. My name is your name, and today we're going to save your relationship from the silent killer. Let me start with a story that will sound familiar to millions of couples. A few years ago, a couple named Mike and Jen came to me. Mike was a software engineer earning $150,000 a year. Jen was a teacher earning $50,000. They loved each other, but they were fighting about money constantly. Mike felt that Jen didn't appreciate how hard he worked for his income. Jen felt that Mike treated her like a child, questioning every purchase she made. They had separate bank accounts, and Mike paid for most of the big expenses. Jen felt like a second-class citizen in her own marriage. She told me, "I'm not asking for equal money. I'm asking for equal respect." Mike said, "I'm not trying to control her. I just don't want us to go into debt." They were stuck. We worked on a system. They created a joint account for shared expenses, a percentage-based contribution model, and a no-judgment rule for personal spending. Within 3 months, the fighting stopped. Jen told me, "For the first time in years, I feel like we're a team." The wealth gap is not about the dollars. It's about the power, the respect, and the feeling of being a team. When one partner earns significantly more, the lower earner often feels like a dependent or a mooch. The higher earner feels like an ATM or a parent. Both are miserable. The research is clear. Financial disagreements are the #1 predictor of divorce, and income disparity is a major driver of those disagreements. A 2025 study by the University of Denver found that couples with a large income gap were 30% more likely to report financial conflict and 15% more likely to divorce within 5 years compared to couples with similar incomes. The size of the gap matters more than the total income. A couple earning $200,000 and $50,000 has a higher risk than a couple earning $80,000 and $70,000. Hidden problem number 1. The power imbalance. When one partner earns more, they often unconsciously assume more decision-making power. They feel that because they contribute more financially, they should have more say in major purchases, investments, and even daily spending. This is rarely intentional. It's a cultural script that many of us absorbed from our parents. But it's toxic. The lower-earning partner feels infantilized. They stop expressing their opinions because they think their opinion doesn't matter. They withdraw. The higher earner feels lonely and frustrated that their partner doesn't engage. This dynamic can persist for years, slowly eroding intimacy. The fix is to decouple financial contribution from decision-making power. In a healthy partnership, both partners have equal say in financial decisions, regardless of who earns more. This requires a conscious shift. You must say out loud, "Your voice matters as much as mine. We are equal partners in this marriage, not equal earners." Hidden problem number 2, the shame spiral. Asterisk, the lower earning partner often feels intense shame about their income. They compare themselves to their partner and feel inadequate. They hide purchases. They avoid looking at the joint bank account. They deflect conversations about money. The shame spiral is self-reinforcing. The more they avoid, the more secretive they become, and the more the higher earner feels distrust. This is not about the money, it's about self-worth. Many lower earners internalize the message that their work is less valuable because it pays less. But a teacher's work is not less valuable than a software engineer's. Society just happens to pay teachers less. You need to separate your identity from your income. Your worth as a partner is not your paycheck. The fix is to reframe. Write down all the non-financial contributions you make to the household. Childcare, cooking, cleaning, emotional labor, scheduling, planning, home maintenance. These are real valuable contributions that are rarely monetized. When you see the full picture, you'll realize that your partnership is not a financial transaction. It's a collaboration. Hidden problem number 3, the resentment cycle. The higher earner often feels resentment. They work long hours, take on stressful projects, and feel that their partner doesn't understand the pressure they're under. They might think, if she would just get a better job, we wouldn't have these problems. The lower earner hears this and feels attacked. They might think, if he would just stop complaining, we'd be fine. Both are stuck in their own perspective. Neither feels heard. The fix is radical empathy. Each partner must spend 15 minutes describing the other's day. The higher earner should describe the lower earner's daily challenges, the difficult students, the commute, the office politics, the unpaid overtime. The lower earner should describe the higher earner pressure, the deadlines, the imposter syndrome, the fear of layoffs, the never-ending emails. When you truly see your partner's world, the resentment softens. You realize you're on the same side. Asterisk, the conversation script. How to talk about the wealth gap without fighting. Most couples avoid talking about the wealth gap because they don't know how. Here's a script that works. Schedule a 30-minute State of the Union conversation. No phones, no distractions. Start with appreciation. I love you, and I'm so grateful for our life together. I want to talk about our finances because I want us to feel like a team, not opponents. Can we try a new approach? Then, each partner shares 3 feelings about the current financial arrangement. Use I feel statements, not you statements. I feel anxious when I look at our bank account because I don't know where the money is going. Not you spend too much. I feel sad when we avoid talking about money because I miss feeling connected. Not you never want to talk. After each partner shares, the other partner says only, "Thank you for sharing. I hear you." No defense, no justification, just acknowledgement. Then ask the magic question. What would make you feel more like an equal partner financially? Listen. Do not argue, just listen. The lower earner might say, "I want us to have a joint account for shared expenses so I don't feel like a tenant." The higher earner might say, "I want you to be more involved in our long-term planning so I don't feel alone." Now you have actionable requests. At the 3-step system to fix the wealth gap. Asterisk, here's the practical system that Mike and Jen used. Step 1. Create a joint account for shared expenses, not for everything. Asterisk, the biggest mistake couples make is combining all their money into one joint account. That creates visibility, but it also creates conflict over every single purchase. Instead, create a joint account for shared expenses, rent, mortgage, utilities, groceries, insurance, family vacations, childcare, and savings goals. Each partner contributes to this account based on their percentage of total household income. If you earn 70% of the household income, you contribute 70% of the joint expenses. This is fair, proportional, and removes the feeling that the higher earner is subsidizing the lower earner. For example, total household $150,000. Mike earns $100,000, 67. Jen earns $50,000, 33. Total shared expenses, $5,000 per month. Mike contributes $3,350 per month. Jen contributes $1,650 per month. Each keeps their remaining income in their personal accounts for personal spending. Clothes, hobbies, gifts, nights out with friends, etc. There is no judgment about personal spending. That's the rule. Step 2. Agree on a no-judgment personal spending threshold. Asterisk, decide on an amount that each partner can spend from the joint account without consulting the other. For most couples, $200 to $500 is reasonable. Anything under that threshold is automatically approved. Anything over requires a conversation. This reduces the constant friction over small purchases while maintaining alignment on large ones. Step 3. Have a monthly 15-minute money date. Once a month, sit down for 15 minutes to review joint expenses, check progress on savings goals, and adjust contributions if needed. This is not a fight. It's a status update. Celebrate wins. We stayed under budget on groceries this month. Make it a habit. The more you talk about money in a low-stakes way, the less charged the topic becomes. What about unequal non-financial contributions? Childcare, housework, emotional labor. The wealth gap is not just about income. It's also about invisible labor. In many couples, the lower earner does more childcare, housework, and emotional labor. This is often unacknowledged and uncompensated. If you're the higher earner, ask yourself, does my partner do more than their fair share of domestic work? If yes, then the wealth gap is even larger than the income numbers suggest. You need to acknowledge that contribution explicitly. One way to do this is to calculate the market value of the domestic work your partner does. If they do 20 hours of childcare per week at $20 an hour, that's $400 per week of value. Add that to their income for the purpose of your percentage contribution. For example, Jen's income is $50,000, but her domestic work adds $20,800 of value, making her effective contribution $7,800. Mike's income is $100,000. Now the split is 59% to 41%, much closer. This mental reframe can reduce resentment dramatically. Asterisk, what about stay-at-home parents? If one partner stays home to raise children, the wealth gap is extreme. That partner has zero earned income, but often does the majority of domestic and emotional labor. The working partner may feel resentful that they're the sole breadwinner. The stay-at-home partner may feel financially dependent and trapped. This is a high-risk situation for divorce. The solution is to create a domestic partner salary within the budget. Agree on a monthly amount that goes into the stay-at-home partner's personal account, no questions asked. This is not an allowance. It's a recognition that their work has value. It should be enough to cover their personal spending and build some savings. Even $500 a month can make a huge difference in the stay-at-home partner's sense of autonomy. Also, the working partner should contribute to a spousal IRA or spousal Roth IRA for the stay-at-home partner. In 2026, you can contribute up to $7,000 per year to a spousal IRA based on the working partner's income. This ensures that the stay-at-home partner has retirement savings that are solely in their name. The surprising research. What actually makes couples happy with their financial arrangement. A 2026 study published in the Journal of Financial Therapy surveyed over 1,000 couples about their financial satisfaction. The results were surprising. The absolute level of income didn't predict satisfaction. The income gap didn't predict satisfaction. What did predict satisfaction was the answer to one question. Do you feel that your financial arrangement is fair? Couples who felt the arrangement was fair were happy, regardless of who earned more. Couples who felt it was unfair were unhappy even with equal incomes. Fairness is subjective. It's about perception, not math. So the goal is not to make incomes equal. It's to make the arrangement feel fair to both partners. That means talking about what fair means to each of you. For some, fair means proportional contributions. For others, fair means equal personal spending money after joint expenses. For others, fair means pooling everything and having full transparency. There's no right answer. There's only the answer that works for you. The 50-50 trap. Why equal contributions often backfire. Asterisk. Some couples try to solve the wealth gap by splitting everything 50-50. The lower earner pays half the rent, half the utilities, half the groceries. This seems fair on the surface, but it's actually regressive. The lower earner ends up with little to no discretionary income, while the higher earner has plenty. The lower earner feels constantly stressed about money, while the higher earner wonders why their partner is always grumpy. This is the fastest path to divorce. The percentage-based model is far superior. It ensures that both partners have proportional discretionary income. Both can save, spend, and invest. Both feel like adults. Real example. How one couple fixed their wealth gap. Let me tell you about couple, Tom and Lisa. Tom earned $120,000 as a project manager. Lisa earned $40,000 as a social worker. They had separate accounts and split joint expenses 50-50. Lisa was constantly broke. Tom felt guilty but didn't know what to do. They fought every month about money. We switched them to a percentage-based joint account. Tom contributed 75% of joint expenses, Lisa 25%. They also agreed that any personal spending under $200 was no judgment, and they started a monthly money date. Within 2 months, the fighting stopped. Lisa had breathing room. Tom felt like they were a team. Lisa told me, "I used to dread our financial conversations. Now I actually look forward to them." What if your partner refuses to engage? Asterisk. If your partner avoids money conversations, start small. Don't try to solve everything in one tent talk. Ask for just 10 minutes. Use the appreciation script. I love you, and I want us to have less stress about money. Can we set a timer for 10 minutes and just share one feeling each about our current financial situation? No problem solving, just sharing. After 10 minutes, stop, thank them. Do it again next week. Over time, the wall will come down. If your partner still refuses, consider couples counseling with a therapist who specializes in financial issues. There are certified financial therapists who understand both the math and the emotions. It's not a sign of failure to get help. It's a sign of commitment. The 2026 context, the wealth gap is getting worse. In 2026, the wealth gap between high earners and low earners is widening. Technology jobs pay far more than service jobs. Inflation has hit lower income households harder. The gap between the top 10% and the bottom 50% is the largest since the 1920s. For couples, this means the wealth gap inside marriages is also growing. It's more common than ever for one partner to earn twice or 3 times as much as the other. That's why this conversation is urgent. The old rules don't work anymore. Your action plan. Do this today. Here's what you need to do. First, calculate your total household income. Write down your income and your partner's income. Second, calculate your shared monthly expenses. Rent, mortgage, utilities, insurance, childcare, joint savings goals. Be honest. Third, decide on a contribution model. I recommend the percentage-based model. If you both agree to 50-50, fine, but at least make a conscious choice. Fourth, open a joint checking account at a bank where you can both see the balance. Set up automatic transfers from your personal accounts on payday. Fifth, agree on a no-judgment personal spending threshold. Write it down. Sixth, schedule your first monthly money date. Put it on the calendar, recurring. No excuses. Seventh, if you're the higher earner, ask your partner, what would make you feel more like an equal partner financially? Then listen, don't defend. Just listen. Eighth, comment below. We're having our first money date this week. I'll reply to the first 100 comments. If this video gave you the tools to fix your relationship, hit the like button. It helps others who are suffering in silence. Subscribe and turn on notifications. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to use a backdoor Roth IRA, the legal loophole for high earners. Step-by-step 2026 rules. The wealth gap is not about the dollars. It's about the respect, the teamwork, and the feeling of being on the same side. You can fix it, not by earning the same amount, but by treating each other as equals. Start the conversation today. I'll see you in the next video.